What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and of course we are taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video from last night or early this morning, depending on your time zone or depending on how much you had to drink and whether you know if today's Tuesday or Wednesday. Anyway, we're taking a look at boy DSP, and he's doing some extremely revisionist history of his gameplay of his Street Fighter gameplay. And of course, as always, we always have to show the footage and debunk Phil when he talks about how amazing he does, because we all know he's garbage tier. Okay, he's not garbage tier, he's an average player, but the way you hear him talk, it sounds like, you know, he's 5 minutes away from jumping into a new 2023 Evo. Just listening to him. He played yesterday. What was it? Yeah, he played on his first stream for about 3 hours, and it was terrible. The only character he did okay with was with Lily. That was about it. But everyone else was just terrible. And of course, like I said, you got to put the footage in the background to show people how amazing Phil did. So let's hear what he has to say. And yeah, let's do this.
First of all, what a great streaming week this was. Thank you to everyone who joined me, whether it was for Zelda and the conclusion of Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster back on Thursday, whether you were here all weekend long for my launch coverage of Street Fighter 6, whether you were there for DSP versus the internet, or whether you've been checking out my Diablo 4 gameplay from the past couple of days. No matter what.
Translation: big ups to OIC Jack Rackster for stepping up and spending the disability check and borrowing mommy's credit cards to wail out for our boy Phil. It's been an amazing few weeks for Phil. Yes, he has been really getting the liquidity for the business. So big ups to OIC and the other dens that continuously prove what the detractors are saying, is that Phil's business is propped up by 3 to 5 whales.
Thanks. It's been a great ride. This has been a really great week, and man, I didn't know how it was going to go, jumping back into the fray of a competitive fighting game like Street Fighter 6, but overall,
By the way, I forgot to mention, big ups to Super Crazy. He posted a video a couple days ago, I think it was 2 days ago, where he did a kind of deep dive and he broke down the tips that Phil received for the last several weeks. It's a great analysis. He breaks it down. He talks about all of the different whales. Well, of course, you know, the three main whales, and how if you remove the money that those whales contributed to DSP in the last several weeks, Phil's streams look terrible. They look disastrous. I mean, Phil loves to claim that he has this huge swath of support, you know, several hundred people that support him on a daily basis, which isn't true. I mean, if you remove your OICs, your Jack Racksters, the whale dents, Phil has maybe 4 or 5 other people that kind of support him. And when I talk about support, it's like $1 here, $1 there, nowhere near the volume of cash that those whales pump out. So check out that video. It's a really good breakdown. It's like a 20-30 minute breakdown. Big ups to Super Crazy for posting that.
I tell you, after today, I actually feel pretty good, and I'm actually very much looking forward to this next week because I did really well today. So let's talk about that. First of all, on today's Level 1 podcast, I recapped my overall performance in Street Fighter 6 so far this week. I did win more than I lost, but it's almost even. And honestly, that's not bad in my eyes for someone who has not been playing competitive fighting games outside of the classics for a very long time, and someone who did pretty much no research on this game. I wasn't playing the beta because I hacked it. I wasn't studying up on combo videos and things. I just kind of started playing on Friday when it came out, and you guys have been helping.
Okay, that's a lie, because he even mentioned it that he researched combos for Lily. He said that yesterday. So yet another lie from DSP. We know that he's been checking out other playthroughs. He's been checking out tutorial guides for strategy on how to play Street Fighter. And let's not forget the Dent Jack Rackster has been non-stop tipping him and giving him tips on how to play certain characters and so on. So that's a flat out lie, Phil. Everyone knows that when you want to be remotely good at a game, you dig in and you research, and you're probably playing it offline. I'm pretty sure you are, to try to get better. So that's a lie.
We meet every day to learn the mechanics and everything live on the streams, which is very much appreciated. And so far, I've really had a great time with the game. So going even on wins and losses is a good thing for me.
I'm sorry, he hasn't gone even. I've watched 12 hours so far, 15 hours of Street Fighter game footage. I've probably watched 90% of it. There's no way Phil is gone even on these gameplays. He at best his win-loss is probably like maybe, I don't know, 40-60 or 35-65. 35 wins, 35% wins, and 65% losses. It's a pattern within everything. The only player that he did decent with was Lily, and that was only yesterday when he played her for about an hour. That was it. But Blanca, Dalsim, who else did he pick? Honda, he is god awful with all of those players. So those losses outweigh anything positive he did with Lily. So I'm putting that he probably won 35% of his matches, and then 60 to 65% are losses.
And now I feel, because I played with 6 characters, that I kind of know some of the characters I'd be interested in playing with further. And that's essentially what I decided to do today on the first stream. But we talked a lot about that on the podcast, and then we also talked about my initial thoughts on Diablo 4 and a bunch of other discussion and things. It was a really good, chill podcast today. Then, the first gameplay session was Street Fighter 6, and today, no new character. Instead, I decided to go back to the 3 characters that I really was interested in trying to learn and continue on with: Blanca, Lily, and Dalsim. Yes, Lily and Dalsim, the characters who I actually didn't do very well with, but was on a tear with both characters having win streaks when I ran out of time playing with them. So, how did today go? Today was by far the best day I've had playing Street Fighter 6. If you weren't here for the stream and you haven't watched the videos yet, I got lots of wins. Was it non-stop? No. But I had win streaks with every character I was using today. Make no exaggeration here. Definitely the best I've done. By the way, yeah, I thought so. I must have hit the camera. There we go. So yeah, no exaggeration. Definitely the best day I've had in Street Fighter 6 so far. Out of there. With lots of wins. Now, surprisingly enough, Blanca I probably did the worst with, but I think came up positive. Lily I did great with. I had crazy win streaks. I was doing really good. People don't really know how to face her yet, and I was doing some great stuff with her. And Dalsim, by the end of the stream, I was doing mix-ups. I was doing combos. I was doing all kinds of fun stuff with Dalsim. Although I'm not great with these characters, I'm learning. And I was very happy to finally have a session where I felt like I'm in the groove. I'm learning the game. I'm getting there slowly but surely. People who watched the stream loved it. They were like, wow, this is definitely the best you've done, and you're excited. You know, I was excited for the matches. Of course, I was frustrated when things went wrong and I dropped inputs and things. But great session. I hope you'll check out the videos if you didn't. There's basically one video per character: an hour of Blanca, an hour of Lily, and an hour of Dalsim. And I'm curious, once people count up the wins and losses there, what the final tally will be. All right, I know I'm definitely up now after today. Then on tonight's...
No one needs to count rounds, Phil. You can go and look at your Capcom ID profile, and it should give your wins and losses, Phil. So I find it so interesting that you like to tout this win-loss by rounds. Who cares? It's by match. It's by match. That's the number you have to look at. So if you know, that's what you should be focusing on. I love these semantics that Phil loves to play to make himself look better than what he actually is. If you look at his win-loss ratio, it's terrible. And that's why I keep playing the video footage of his gameplay in the background when he talks about Street Fighter, because you can actually see his garbage. And it's not me cherry picking game. These are straight just me recording and playing in the background, and you just see that he loses over and over and over again.
Today's stream was the continuation of Diablo 4. So this is my second session. This is fully jumping into the meat of the game. We're not in the tutorial anymore. We did several side dungeons and missions. We unlocked a bunch of new spells and or abilities. Great epic loot. I got my first piece of legendary loot and upgraded it a bunch. Great stuff. Overall, really solid stream. Chill fun. Some people don't get it. I'm not shocked. I know how Diablo plays. It's relaxing. It's chill. It's not anything crazy. There's not a ton of overwhelming narrative. It's all about that gameplay loop of fighting repetitive enemies in dungeons, overcoming bosses, getting epic loot, leveling your character up, getting new abilities, on to the next. That's the loop of Diablo. That's the addictive nature of the game. Some people get it, some people don't. For those that were there on the stream, which by the way, attendance dramatically reduced, support dramatically reduced from the first stream. I'm not surprised. Just being honest. I didn't think it was going to keep up. I know that premiere stream people were excited. After
Yes, of course, the people that don't get it are the people that don't tip. And he struggled. If it wasn't for Brianna, aka a lot of people assume that's who I see it probably is, he would have had like $5-10 bucks in tips. I think she came on and dropped like $35 in tips, and he barely cracked the tier 1 tip goal. And viewership was nearly about 200. It was dead. And it really isn't the game. I mean, I'm not really a big Diablo fan. I just don't like those over the top, you know, where you look down games. But it's not a bad game, and people that play those games love them, and it's a big hit. So it's just Phil, you're just utterly boring. That's that's why your stream is boring. That's probably why the dens aren't interested in that game. But yeah, it sounds like you're ready to wage quit it already. I mean, you were so salty that you didn't get any, and if you guys watched my video of the playthrough last night, it was him constantly talking about viewership. It was him constantly talking about support. I mean, this was kind of scoring level of Phil talking about the stupid game. So it was so bad that he was even telling the dents, hey, I'm willing to play Zelda. You know it's bad if Phil's willing to drop Diablo for Zelda. So expect the tips to just drop off even more for Diablo. He'll probably shelve it or put it on hiatus and play something else, some other excuse. Maybe he'll do more crappy React content. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to play that little clip of him talking about attendance and viewership and support. And of course, he's just being honest. And, you know, he's making a factual statement like he always does. So keep an eye out for Diablo. He may send Diablo to hell and bring back Zelda. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.